I'm Delnis. I'm an English teacher in one of the state senior high school on Yas Island. I hope you ever heard about it, but in case you heard it just now from me, let me tell you that it is a small island apart from Sumatra Island, but still in the region of North Sumatra. It's such a beautiful island with lovely and wonderful beaches. I'm one of the participants of the short-term workshop, The Art of Virtual Teaching, organized by Lovely Professional University, collaborating with Dinas Pendidikan Sumatera Utara, and the workshop was held for 3 days, started from 2nd to 5th December 2020. And it was such a wonderful 3-day webinar session. During the 3 days webinar session, we discussed about virtual teaching, which mostly used by schools and universities these days during pandemic time. And we were also taught and shared some application that can be used in the virtual teaching. And also we talk about what being a teacher means, and we also taught about how to make a good assessment. And during the webinar also, we are presented a brief introduction to India and also LPU. At this chance, I want to share what I've learned during 3-day webinar session in this video. Let me begin by telling you that I've been teaching for 10 years now and I enjoy it. I love teaching. For me, teaching is not just about transferring the knowledge from teacher to the students, but also it's about helping the students and guiding them to reach their dreams. During my teaching for 10 years, sometimes I found some obstacles, and sometimes I felt it so tiring since I teach senior high school students. They are adult learners and they are in the pace where they have some, these teenagers issues like insecurity, confuses. Their feeling can be so touchable and very sensitive that even a small problems can trigger their emotion, which this really affects on how they are doing in the classroom. Like they can be less motivated and sometimes they can be so rebellious. In that situation, usually I found it very challenging to make the student listen to me and follow my explanation. And in such time, I felt exhausted. Like the students can really destroy my mood to teach. So yeah, I came into the classroom with negative gratitude. And fortunately, in the 3 days webinar session, we were reminded again to set our perspective towards the students in such a good way, and to always start the classroom with positive gratitude and be inspiring to your students, so your student can be motivated and they will listen to you. Another interesting thing that I've learned from the 3-day webinar session is about the difference between assessment and evaluation. Teachers should assess, and the assessment should be to improve the students' quality and not to judge the students as usually done in the traditional evaluation. And yes, I strongly agree on this, since I think every student basically they are smart in their own way, and of course we can't judge a dog is stupid just because it can't pass the climbing test, right? As I told you in the first place, that in this 3-day webinar session we learned a lot about how to do virtual teaching. And thanks to all mentors that have taught us and shared to us some application that can be used in the virtual class. And I also believe that this virtual teaching is something that people will continuously use even after the pandemic is over. And yes, everything that I've learned from the 3-day webinar session really gives me new insight about what to do in my class next semester. I heard that the government said school can start their face-to-face teaching and learning, but not sure yet. But I think even if we will start it, I'm gonna combine it with virtual teaching as I have been taught in the workshop. Well, before I joined this workshop, what came to my mind if I heard about India is Bollywood, people singing and dancing, Taj Mahal, sari, sweets, maybe yoga and vegan. But after joining this workshop, I get some new facts about India, which for me, they are very surprising. One of them is that India is a developed country, and then that in India mostly people speak English like in daily life. Okay, for me this is very surprising because I thought that India is just like another Asian country like Indonesia. People speak bahasa Indonesia, and or like Chinese, people speak Chinese, or Thailand, people speak Thai language. But India, the people speak English in daily life, and India is one of the biggest English-speaking country. Okay, for me that's new facts and very surprising, and I was like, oh my, where have I been? The next thing which I'm excited about India is its culture and diversity. In India, we can find so many different religions and tribes, but people still can practice their faith in freedom and still can live in harmony despite all the differences. Well, I think that's very similar like in Indonesia. So this fact makes me think that if someday maybe I have chance to go there, or maybe our students from Indonesia want to study there, a cultural barrier won't be a serious problem. What I know about LPU is it is the largest university in India, and yeah, I think that's wonderful. From the video and the pictures shown to us, I can see that the university, the campus is so beautiful with so many plants, and it makes the campus look so green, and the infrastructure is so modern, and I must admit it's the best I've ever seen. It's so modern and so beautiful, and we were told that this campus also has university mall in it. Well, I can imagine that it must be a very big university. And about the facilitators, all of them are so friendly. At least that's what I felt during the 3 days webinar with them. Like the way they explain things and the material is very clear, and I know that they deliberately speak in very slowly way because they understand that we teachers from Indonesia, we don't use English in everyday life. So yeah, they try to speak English very slow and very easy to understand. So yeah, all the facilitators are very inspiring and friendly for me. The last, I want to say that I feel very fortunate that I can participate in this short-term workshop organized by LPU with Dinas Pendidikan Sumatera Utara, because for me the webinar is very insightful and inspiring, and it refreshes my motivation in teaching again next semester, and I hope I can do better. I also hope that a workshop like this can be held again in the future, but with some more days so we can have some more things to discuss. Or maybe there's a program that allows us English teachers from Indonesia to be exposed to the environment where English is spoken like in daily life, so we English teacher from Indonesia can improve our English better. Well, I think that's everything that I want to share to you in this video, and I hope it can be useful, and I also hope that my English is clear and can be understood. And I apologize if it is not good enough, but I've tried my best so hard. So I hope to see you again next time. Salam sejahtera ya ahohu, namaste.